I'm in Pucon, Chile, the center of the south of Chile, the touristic center and an adventure center of the southern part of Chile. On this beautiful autumn day, I'm going to visit this city and I'm going to show it to you. The main attraction is this lake, the Villarrica Lake, and also, of course, the volcano, this wonderful volcano, which is an active volcano. Pucon itself is nice, cute, but not very big. The main thing here is that this is the center, the base to organize all kinds of expeditions, to climb the mountain, to go water rafting, river rafting, to go skiing, to go boating, sailing, etc., etc., etc. This town has lots of very interesting attractions nearby. One of them also is the Huerquehue National Park and the Villarrica National Park. So plenty of places to go hiking. The first people to come here, aside from the native Indians, were German settlers who came to enjoy this mild climate, beautiful views, and fertile land. Then in the 1880s, they built a fort, the Chilean army built a fort in their effort to finally settle this area, which was basically up for grabs, with continuous fight with the Indians, the Mapuche Indians, who were resisting occupation from Europeans since colonial times. Today, Pucon has around 30,000 inhabitants and many more who come, particularly during the summer, the Southern Hemisphere summer, which goes from December to March, to enjoy the fantastic views that you see around the Villarrica Lake, and also the wonderful forests, the volcano, and many other places where you can go around. There are hot springs, there's a ski resort. You can climb all the way to the top of the volcano and see inside the crater, see the lava and the fumes coming up. I've been there 3 times, on top of the mountain. Normally the volcano has much more snow than the one that you see here. Right now I'm at the beginning of autumn. The climate in this part of Chile is very similar to the climate on the coast of the state of Washington and Oregon. In other words, dry, fairly dry in summer with some occasional rain, and very wet in winter. Chile is the country of the dogs. Everywhere you go, you are going to see dogs on the streets, and Pucon, of course, is not the exception. Despite some pollution due to human activity, the Lake Villarrica remains fairly clear. You can see the bottom of the lake from everywhere. The water is really very, very nice. And in summer it gets fairly warm, particularly on top of the lake. The top layers are warmer than the bottom, of course. And in winter, of course, it gets cold, but it never freezes. Can you hear that? It's shouting, Chile, Chile, Chile. Some people say that the name Chile comes from the cry of this bird. Pucon is less than 500 miles or 750 kilometers south of Santiago, the capital city of Chile. Despite the fact that one of the origins of this town is a fort to pacify this area, there were never problems with the Indians here. Unlike other towns nearby, for example, Villarrica was destroyed by the Indians many times. Here there were never problems, and there was a coexistence that was peaceful and fruitful. These are symbols of the Mapuche, and this is an instrument that they played like a drum, in their religious ceremonies. Pucon remains today a very peaceful place. Criminality is very low, and it's a very safe place. In 2019, there were riots in many Chilean cities. The upheaval of 2019 didn't affect this area at all. If you love outdoors, Pucon is the perfect place. It's like a base from where you can go to the different places and where you can get everything you need, from gear to supplies to lodging, etc., etc. Everything you need is here in Pucon. There are, in fact, many competing companies that will organize trips to go rafting, to climb the mountain, to the national parks, to the hot springs, and to everywhere you want to go. And prices are fairly reasonable. For example, rafting and canopy for $30. In this little town, you are also going to find lots of very nice restaurants: Italian, Argentinian, Chinese, you name it. Despite its small size, you also have lots of stores that sell everything, even department stores. Also, lots of supermarkets. However, the city preserves its quaint style with nice buildings, most of them with facades made of wood in the traditional German style or Chilean southern style. And unlike in other places of Chile and especially Latin America, cars are very respectful of pedestrians here, and zebra crossings are sacred. Cars will immediately stop when you start crossing. For outside the downtown area, there are modern buildings with malls and supermarkets where you can buy anything you want. But everything is done at a human scale and preserving the architecture. Up until 7 years ago, you were able to come to this city straight by plane from Santiago. But that service has been interrupted, and today you have to fly to Temuco, which is 100 kilometers away from here, 1 hour driving by car, more or less, 1 hour, 20 minutes. And if you're a gambler, well, this place, Pucon, is a dangerous place too, because there is a gambling casino. Now I'm at the central square of the city of Pucon, which is very beautiful. Generally, in Chile, central squares are beautiful. You can see falcons even here in the middle of the city. Historically, the roots of this city are German, Mapuche, and Chilean. And you see these influences everywhere. And here you have an example. This is the corner of Caupolicán, which is an Indian name, with Holzapfel, a German name. And look at this tree. It's not native, it's from Australia, eucalyptus. But look at the massive size of its trunk. The climate here is similar to that of Australia, the southern part of Australia, and New Zealand and Tasmania. And across the street from the main square, you find the beach. The beach is very nice. The water is blue and transparent. The sand is volcanic, and there are many beautiful buildings belonging to very large hotels. The sand is volcanic rock. Many falcons on the beach. They are known locally as tuques. In summer, generally there are many people on this beach. They are trying to remove this Many hikers, after being in the mountains, on the volcano, hiking and everything, come to this beach to rest, relax and suntan. If you are here in summer and you want to escape from the crowds that generally concentrate in that area closer to the downtown, you can come to the other extreme of the beach, which is much less developed and where fewer people come. The Villarrica volcano is visible from most places from Pucon city. Now the question is, what happens if there is a big eruption? Well, in the past there have been big eruptions, and here in Pucon nothing has happened, at least in historical times. In prehistoric times, of course, probably there was a lot of destruction here. You know, I'm a very picky person, and there are very, very few places in the world where I would live. And Pucon is one of them.